What's up, guys? BTBS here. Welcome back to another episode of VW Fellowship. Feels good to be back. So, how's everybody doing? Looter, not interesting. Got a light badge around. Oh, hello, Looter. You're coming after me. I don't know why it said he was getting healed from that. Hey, Light Madge. Hey. Ooh, it's a sexy lady. Either that or it's an emo dude. Hang on a second. Wait. Stay there. Oh, that's a dude. Ugh. So I've become extremely lazy since I made my blink spell. I use it for blinking everywhere. It's just so much fun. Let's see, I just got back from a massive mining trip in the Nether. I was there for about 3 hours. You may notice all my tools are different. Yeah, my tools... Why is that one glowing with that one not? I died to some bullshit in the Nether when my game lagged. And then I blunk inside a wall, which you can't do. See, look. Okay, maybe you can blink up into a ceiling, but you can't blink into an actual wall. It just says, can't find a place to blink forward to. So yeah, I died to some bullshit in the Nether. I literally should not have been able to die like that. And I lost a lot of stuff. I lost my spellbook. So my spellbook is, I basically just remade the ones I was planning on using. I lost all my tools, lost my armor, lost my knapsack. I made a new one of them. I lost basically every... If you're going to take something away from this, I lost everything and just started from scratch. So I made myself the Mashy Smashy MK3, and if we take a quick look at this, it is an Ardite rod for the tool rod. And then it's got a Manalium or Manene plate and a Cobalt plate, and I believe the inside of it is Elementum. No, not Elementum. What's it fucking called? Alumite. Yes, it's that. So overall, it's got a pretty damn good mining speed. It's got 23,000 durability. It's got attack of 1 heart, where it's got the luck on it. I found out, by the way, I only actually put 216 lapis on this at the very start. It does absorb something. I think it absorbs lapis to upgrade its lapis, like its luck. God, it's getting a bit cold in here. But it definitely absorbs something. I tested it out earlier with Seraph. But yes, I just came back mining from the Nether. I got a stack and 2 cobalt and a stack and 13 ardite. That's pretty good. That stuff is rare. I mean, I've got 41 and 54 of it sitting in here. That's the stuff you use to make Menemina. What am I looking for? I started using something. Oh, bloody hell. Okay. That concrete that I made by accidentally smelting the gravel. You walk on it really fast. And let me see how fast I can go on it. This one. In that mode. Whee! Yeah, that's definitely a speed boost. Okay, it looks like I found what I'm making the floor of all my bases out of now. What was that? Was that going into like not long left? Probably. But anyway, I've been doing a little bit of stuff around the base. I built my enchanting table with all the books around it, and it gives me the max enchanting level of 64 at one time. I've been farming a bit of cactus safely, been farming some netherwort. I wanted to show you, by the way, you may have seen them, these Epic Mana Potion bundles. So, I'm sure I mentioned this, but what you can do is take some awkward potions, and if we look in the recipes here, we'll see there's a lot of new stuff that can actually be put in here, like marshmallow, ha 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 ha, And what I'm looking for is this Arcane Ash. Okay, let me just actually search for Mana Potion. Nano Potion. No. Oh, Mana Potion. There we go. So you've got Greater, Epic, Legendary, and then the level 2 of those. And you've also got Lesser and Standard. So Lesser is just water, seeds, and sugar in a crafting. That restores a little bit of mana. Standard is the Lesser with gunpowder, which is nice. Then you've got the Greater, which is Vintium Dust on an Awkward Potion. So remember, Nether Wart first, then the Vintium Dust. And then after that we have the Arcane Ash, which is on the same thing. And then we have the Purified Vintium. And if you remember Purified Vintium, that is the stuff that's made out of the Vintium and Arcane, and then the 2 flowers, the Blue Orchid and the Desert Nova. And then of course you can upgrade any of these potions with Glowstone Dust, or apparently a Marshmallow, which I have no idea what that is, but it takes it up to the 2nd level. And then what? Actually I don't think you can do that, because I tried that, didn't I? These are awkward potions. I need a bit of that, a bit of this, bit of that, bit of the other. And then what you do is you take 3 potions, like just there, and there, or wherever, and some string, and you can bind them into a bundle. And the bundle is particularly good because it's basically a potion with 3 uses. After every use, the amount goes down, so it'll be 2 uses, and it's 3 potions in 1 slot. It is absolutely brilliant. I am such a huge fan of that. So here we have some epic mana potions. And let me just check, because I'm pretty sure you can't buff these. No, no, that must be from an older or a newer version. So you take your epic pots, like this, and you just put a piece of string, and it binds them. And I made a stockpile of them as soon as I started making them, because I knew I was going to want lots and lots of them. So yes, if you're playing this, a new thing, a new item to add into your potion chest is now string. And speaking of string, I actually got that in a rather interesting way. Means there's probably some dragons around. Keep an ear out for dragons, guys. So that wasn't the dragon making the noise, that was just the drake. Take that. Down here I have planted some cotton. So all those pink seeds that I've been throwing away turn out to be quite useful. You plant them, you get cotton, and the cotton you just put 3 in a line and it gives you string. And these things are really nice because you can harvest them and they stay there obviously because, you know, they're still there. But the really nice thing about them is if you're using bone meal on them, oh, that one broke, we've got an update. If you're using bone meal on them, the cotton, basically hold down bone meal and it will grow the cotton, harvest it, grow the cotton, harvest it, and after a random predetermined amount of time, the plant will grow those pink flowers, and I think that means it's at the end of its production life, and then just punch it down. It's interesting actually, it punches a lot like that, so it actually has, it punches like a normal block, unlike most like flowers and stuff where you just punch them and they just shit themselves and run away. Cotton, cotton, cotton. Let me just do this. My potion chest is over there. So yes, I've been playing around with a couple of mods, such as these chests. I found out what mod they're from. They're from a mod called Better Storage, and Better Storage has one of my most favourite items ever, which is this. This is the storage crate. Allow me to grab some storage crates and show you. So you place down a storage crate, and it's got some space in it. Every time you put something in it, it has a visual indicator of how much. But you can expand it, and then some more, and then some more. And basically, you can make these pretty much as long as they're within a predetermined shape. So I think they have to be roughly square, or at least have a possibility of becoming square from what they are. Where the fuck is my good... Oh, no. Oh, no, there it is. Like, fuck for that. When I died in the Nether, I did not have my axe on me. But yes, these, absolutely love them. So what I've got is, I think 8. So a 2x2x2, so it's 8 of them, sitting inside the wall here, and I just access it through the hole, and that's where I'm storing my coal, because I just have too much coal to keep in a chest. It's just ridiculous. So I've done a bit of mining, I've got a decent amount of resources, I'm stacking up iron blocks, I'm running out of gold actually. I keep using gold blocks to add extra modifiers to my weapons. So I also made myself a new pickaxe, the Lil Smashy, which has a cobalt head, an obsidian binding, and an irodite handle. And I use irodite for the handle because it gives stone bound. So this pickaxe, if I just pop this in the table here, it has a +4, like it's at 4 extra speed on its mining level because it's so low durability. The one bad thing is these are going to need more expensive items to be fixed. Now I think, because I made this with an alumite thing, let's see, 22, so that gains, yeah, I made this with an alumite middle, so I think that determines what you fix it with, and it looks like I'm right, and that's, call it 21k, so it gains about 1100 durability for 1 alumite, and if you remember alumite, that is simple to make. It's 5 aluminium, 2 iron, 2 obsidian in your smelty. I've got 8 molten obsidian in there. I was supposed to make a plate cast. So I've got a few spare things sitting over here. There's actually a cobalt binding because I made a cobalt binding for my pick, and that is a question actually. What does my pick repair with? What the fuck? Okay, that just went a bit dodgy there. Yeah, see, I can't repair my pick with alumite, but I probably can with cobalt. But yes, and then I made a shovel, which is just irodite handle, irodite head, and you can see the like buffs I put on them, the modifiers. So that should be pretty self-explanatory. Okay, that should be pretty self-explanatory what I did with those. I'm storing excess parts in here. While I was in the Nether, I found out that Ars Magica structures do spawn in there, so I found myself a few like more books. I almost exactly filled that chest up. How good is that? I found these mystical wands from killing some rare Endermen. Not rare, sorry, like special Endermen. And I've been chucking plenty of stuff in my Nexus to keep it fueled. I actually must say, I love this. I've been using this to make various things like Eyes of Ender and Magma Creams, just because they're a bastard to try and get the resources for early game. And with this, I can just use, like, I can just chuck all this diamond shit I find, or even just cobble and dirt. Chuck that straight in there and get extra for it. This is my chest for making the singularity things that turn into the ash. I'm just keeping a lot of them around. What was that? Oh, I think that was my buff wearing off. So, yeah, I've got a lot of Ardite and Cobalt, and I think I'm going to leave those in there for now. I do actually want to make a weapon, because I've been just using these hammers, and these are a bit shit. I mean, don't get me wrong, they do massive damage, but they're not Tinker's Construct, and I've fallen in love with Tinker's Construct. So, yes, I am a tinkerer. I love Tinker's Construct. And I'm thinking about weapons, so I probably want to move away from Scythe, because that's low damage and its area of effect anything within a 3x3. So if I'm like in the Nether, or you know, trying to kill something near something else, it's going to hit everything. That might be good for like chicken farms or something like that, or just anything where you want to kill a lot of stuff instantly. But I'm not really in the mood for a lot of stuff. I was thinking, broadsword is pretty nice, a longsword's pretty good. The rapier is actually what I really want to do. I know it does low damage, but I'm thinking make a rapier and a cleaver. So that's 2 tough tool rods. For that, a normal tool rod, guard, and sword blade. So I actually haven't made even the stencils for these yet, I don't think. That's tough tool rod. That's normal tool rod. No. So let's see. Is that hand guard? Crossbar pattern. I think the crossbar is what we need for the thing. And then I'm going to need the cleaver blade and the saw blade. That's chisel. That's knife. Tough tool rod. Tough binding plate. Head. Scythe head. Hang on. Is that 0? Oh, 8. I thought it said 0.8. I was going to say, bloody hell. Large blade for the cleaver, and I think small blade for the sword. Tool rod, sword blade. There we go. So we're going to need 3 alumite. No, aluminium brass. Oh, there's a dragon out there. I'm just going to kill my sound a bit because if I ignore the dragons, they don't exist. That's the way I've been looking at it. So yeah, I'm still having these problems with dragons. I haven't actually put out too many episodes by this point, so I'm not sure if any of you guys have given me suggestions. So don't go shouting at me if you have put out suggestions and it just looks like I've been ignoring you. I thought so. A large blade cost 8. Bloody hell. Stone crossbar. I think you can actually make these out of wood if you don't want to use stone, but I like using stone. There we go. So, I must say, I love the way Tinker's Construct works now. It's kind of annoying having to forge every single item by pouring the stuff, but it kind of makes sense as well. Because before, what you would do is you'd take an ingot. Have I already made a large blade? Yeah, so now I need a small blade. You'd just take every ingot over to the table. Derp. Yeah, there we go. You take every ingot over here and you just be like, put the ingot there like you do with the stone. And it just doesn't make sense that you'd be able to rip the stone, well, it doesn't really make sense you'd be able to rip the stone apart, but I suppose they can just say, oh, you chisel it, which makes more sense when I think about it. But yeah, the metal just does not sound copacetic at all, you know? So, when it comes to materials for weapons, I have no idea what does what. So I want to build a rapier, crossbar, tool rod, sword blade, so it's a low one. Charge boost does extra damage and knockback while sprinting. This is why I want it. It ignores armor. It pierces all armor, and there's people there. I'm running into red team guys who are wearing full diamond, and I do like 2 damage to them. This will do full damage to them, and that is exactly what I want. And the quick strike allows me to attack them basically as fast as I can click like this. They won't get stunned, so I can just keep attacking them as fast as I want, which is even better. So I can penetrate armor and I can rape them. And the other one I want is a cleaver. Here we go. 2 tough tool rods, large plate, large sword. So I'm guessing the sword blade will determine the overall strength and that of the weapon. Alright. Must be a dragon really close. Oh no, that's a dragon. I don't know what the other thing was. He is definitely out there. I can tell by the direction on the... Yeah, it sounds like 2 things are fighting maybe, I don't know. Fuck them, basically. So what I'm thinking is, I want the blades to be nice and powerful, but I don't want them to be too awkward to repair. So, here we go, what I'm looking at. Base attack 1, 1, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 0.5, 1, 3. So 3 is the highest so far. Oh, there you go. 4 on cobalt, 4. No, that's mining. 1.5, 1.5. 2 on Manene. So, if I really want to be doing any damage at all, I have to use Manene. I don't need stonebound, so if I put ardite, let's use cobalt for the tool rods. So let's make the rapier first. So I need a small tool rod, which is 0.5, 1, 0.5, so only 2. 2 overall. So I want, I'd like a Manene blade, really. So if I take 2 of those and 2 of those and just smelt them up, it should do what I want, really. I'll tell you what. Let's do plenty of each. And while they're smelting, what we'll do is we'll take these out so they all smelt at the same time. There we go, 12 of each. And while they're smelting, I'll show you what I'm planning on. So, when it comes to the smelteries, I would ideally like one smeltery set up for each thing. So we'd have a smeltery here set up for aluminium brass, so we can make new casts. This one would be set up for cobalt. This one would be irodite. This one would be manene. This one would be the other one, and then maybe one big one in the middle or over here, and it's going to be huge. I'm talking maybe 50 stories high, just so that I can come along and be like, oh, 19 stacks of iron, no problem. Click, all in there. And then there'll be draining basins on the entire thing. So if you see what I did with this one, where it has 4 drains and 3 of them lead to these casting basins, that is pretty much what I want to do with the other one. It's gonna, every spot that I can have a casting basin is gonna have a casting basin, just so that I can get blocks out of there at rapido speed. So yeah, I've started building up a supply of seared bricks. Whenever I remember about what I want to do, I just come over and I check my chests. I'm running out of clay. I think this one's the one set up for that. No, I think I'm out of clay. Interesting. I may have to go and like go to the ocean floor. I wonder if I can research the water spell for water breathing. That'd be nice. Stick those in there and a book. So I've researched a few new spells, and I found a couple of new ones. If we look in Mia. I'm not actually using Parasitic. No, I am using Parasitic Seed. I'm not using Fireball anymore. I'm using Arcane Bolt, which is basically a... Oh, wow. I basically play with sound off all the time, so I don't hear this shit. And that's pretty cool, actually. So if we pop this in here, we can see on the level 1, it does 3 damage. Level 2, 6 damage. Level 3, 14 damage. So that's pretty good damage. And it's a reasonably fast projectile, and it has no gravity on it, so I don't need to worry about aiming it at all, which is what really pisses me off. And actually, I've been waiting until I could record to do something amazeballs. If we look in here and go to D, I have Dig 2. So red, red, yellow, purple. Red, red, yellow, purple. Red, red, yellow, purple. And where's Dig 2 gone? Just click that to make sure. Red, red, yellow, purple. Nothing's happening. So what you have to do is actually put Dig in there, and it upgrades your Dig to Dig 2. Now, it's not a huge upgrade for this one spell. Dig 2 basically just allows you to dig harder objects. So I can now dig obsidian, and I'm sure there's something else I couldn't dig before. You could dig quite a bit, to be fair. So I have some manene, and I want to make a handle. That's a blade, isn't it? Yeah. And what if I made the entire thing out of manene? How crazy would that be? Let's find out, shall we? Because the rapier, the worst thing about it is it's got low damage, but we're going to compensate for that by building it entirely out of manene. So go on to the rapier, and we put those in the wrong place. Wow, that's only 2,000 durability? I suppose its durability is X amount for how many pieces have been used. So if we check in here, and find the rapier. No, not the rapier. Find Menene. Menene. Its its durability is 1200 for each piece used. Full tool durability should be at least 3000. Well, that's not 3000. Something's different there. But it looks like 3 hearts of damage. It's not going to be easy to get a light weapon that does more than that. So I'm thinking we stick full Menene on this just for shiggles, unless if we take a quick look at the materials again. Menene has a base 2 hearts. If I can find anything else with better, steel is 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 0, 0, 0, 0.5, 1.5, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0.5, 1. No. So we're just going to use this, and we're going to call it the Penetrator. I'm Penetrator. I think I spelled that right. Oh well, if I didn't, who gives a fuck? So here we have our rapier, and you see how fast I can swing. This is how fast I can deal damage, simply because of how the tool works. So let's go and see if these noisy bastards out here want to pick a fight with a real man. And if they do, I shall direct them towards one. Let me just eat up, because I'm a bit cautious here. Oh, that's a small yellow dragon. I've not seen a yellow one yet. So, if we do this, we can deal 8 damage a hit, and we can hit extremely fast. Come on then, you pussy. Get back down here, you flying arsehole. So yeah, we can deal damage extremely quickly. And, wow, that has a lot of health. And because we penetrate armor, like, I know the newer version of Ars Magica has some really hard bosses with high armor. I'm not sure if this version does actually. I'm going to have to look by playing. But yes, and that was 20 durability to kill a 200 health dragon. So that's not too bad, and that's got nothing on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to buff it with sharpness, most definitely. So attack damage 3, 3.5. And we are just going to stuff the nether quartz on this thing, and I'm going to stick an emerald on there as well, but I can do that off screen. For now I want to build, how much Menene do we have? 10, which is enough for the large blade, so we can have a large Menene blade. I mean, we've got enough of this stuff that we can just sort of play around with it right now. So what if we do another 10 of each of these and chuck them in there, just for fun. Just you know, just throw shit around and see what happens. My guess, people would get extremely annoyed. And that's the large blade, and we're going to need the tough tool rod and the large plate. So altogether this is going to be 19 ingots worth of whatever we're going to do. So the Menene is going to be expensive to make a full Menene sword. So I'm probably not going to make a full Menene sword. I'm not really sure what I could do. I know obsidian has the reinforced. Jagged. Allow me to show you the wonders of cactus. Cactus here has this ability, jagged. And what that does is the lower the health of the weapon, the more damage it deals, but the slower it mines. So I'm guessing we can make a cactus rod, like a tough cactus rod. What am I doing? My cacti are over here. 3 cacti. I know some of you are probably going, what the fuck are you doing? That's a waste. But let's have a look, shall we? If we make a tough cactus tool rod, can we not do that? Well, that's a shitter. So we can't make a tough cactus tool rod. So, tough cactus tough tool rod. Right the fuck there. Do I have to melt the cactus down? Please tell me that's not a thing. Okay, it's not. Right. So what is it you use for casting these then? How do you make these? Out of cactus? Probably shards maybe. Cactus has got a decent mining speed, to be fair. Right, so how would one go about making a tough cactus tool rod? Because you don't melt it down. Oh, duh, I know what I did. Right, don't shout at me. Seriously, don't shout at your computers. So, I need the tough tool rod pattern, not the casting. There we go. So, base durability 150, handle modifier 1.0. So it's not going to reduce the durability of our weapon. And now that we've got plenty of Manene in there, let's go and cast ourselves a large blade out of Manene. And I think I'm thinking about an obsidian plate. But I'm not sure if that actually pulls the durability of the weapon down. So there's our Manene sword blade. We have an obsidian plate, and did we need 2 tool rods for this? I think we did. Let's take a quick look. 2 tool rods. So I'm going to need a little bit more cactus. There it is. 1, 2, 3. Hey, if we can combine 2 tool rods, we can use a Manene tough tool rod. Because a Manene tough tool rod has a 2.0 durability modifier, and a second cactus will not do shit for us. So let's just take a quick look at these, shall we? If I do sword blade, that, and that, this is going to give us our sword. It's going to do 4 hearts of damage. Is that all? Oh, I suppose we didn't use a Manene plate. It's also going to have jagged and reinforced, and 3 modifiers, so we can always buff the damage up, at least somewhat. 6,000 durability, that is a lot of Manene for that little. So let's see what happens if we say swap that out. So if we swap that plate out, the durability goes up, and the attack damage does not change, and it looks a lot nicer. So you know what I want to do? I want something with decent durability and decent attack damage. So I think contrasting with that, the Ardite would look sexy as fuck. We have exactly 9 Manene, so that works out good, so we don't have to worry about losing any. Shut up, you fucking dragons! Urgh. I'm going to come up there and penetrate all of you. I swear to fucking God. Oh! There's a hole there. I was looking up, shouting about penetration, and I fell into a hole. Maybe that's a metaphor for something. Something dirty. Put my Manene in there. So I've got a bunch of shit I want to just chuck out. I want to put these spell parchments away in the right place. Same thing. So, yes, the penetrate. Sorry, I've got the hiccups all of a sudden, shouting at that bloody dragon. Take an emerald, and we'll stick that on gel. Oh, bugger, I forgot about that. Let me just make half of this tool out of an emerald, if you would. So that takes its durability from 2099, so 2100, to basically 3200, 3150. It's not bad. And it adds a nice shiny bit on there. And I'm actually thinking maybe add a necrotic bone, because what a necrotic bone does is every time I hit an enemy, I will steal health from them. I'm not sure how much. Allow me to check quickly. I'm sorry if this episode's going to be a bit boring. I guarantee if you're interested in this, you're going to be like hanging on to every little thing that I do, but I can't guarantee everyone's going to be interested. Necrotic, 1 heart per bone, so I can heal 1 heart every time I attack somebody, which is going to be 1,000,000 times a second. So I'm thinking maybe the best option is actually add some obsidian instead of. So let me put the necrotic on there, and then let me get some quartz on there. so that we have some extra attack. So the quartz can go up to 72. So I don't know if that's, it looks like it's 72 before I can get to the next level, or like adding 72 overall gives it a guaranteed chance of that effect taking effect, basically. I'm not the most eloquent person in the world, but I get there. And 72. And it now longer has no means. Error. Sorry, I broke. So the plate is going to be Ardite. I'm doing 100 things at a time, and I say I'm surprised I'm getting them right. I hope I'm getting them right. We need some gold. So we're just going to smelt down a bunch of that. I'm going to take this plate, and now we're going to come over here and build our sword. So it has a cleaver. That sounds dirty. Has a cleaver, Menene sword blade, Menene tool rod, and the Ardite blade. So it has stone bound, which means it's going to mine faster, which means literally nothing. So maybe instead of Ardite we use cobalt. And that may seem like a waste of Ardite, but I can always melt it down. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could actually... What I've started doing more is this, for when I want 8 of them. It's just an easier way, in my opinion, of getting 8. We're going to have to drain all this gold out before we can do anything else, aren't we? So I don't want to put the cobalt in there, because if I do, and then I try and, like, put it in one of these, the game will just be like, oh, you totally want to put 8 of your cobalt in there, and then, you know, lose the opportunity to do anything with it ever again. And I'm just like, fuck you. Because some liquids are heavier than others, so even if I put the cobalt in now, it might be heavier than the gold and sink down. And then 18, lovely. And then when I try and pour this out, it'll actually pour 8 cobalt in there, and then I'll have to wait for another like cobalt to smelt, and then hope that comes out, and then pour that into there. Having multiple liquids in the same thing is a bit dodgy. That's why I want to build my multiple setup over there. And now that I've told you about it, like in detail, I can do it off camera. I don't feel bad about that. So we are making cast, yeah, that. So let's come over and jump back onto this sword. Block of gold and a diamond to add an extra modifier, and it has 4.5 attack. What? I thought it had 3.5 attack. And if I stick another nether quartz on there, it does nothing. Nothing! Maybe the upgrading it all the way to the end gave it the extra. But what I'm thinking is an obsidian plate. And it will give it reinforced 1. It's not the most amazing thing ever, but it's not terrible. I mean, can I stick cactus on there to get jagged? No. Well, what I think I'm actually going to do with this now, with my penetrator, I think I'm just going to stick as much poopy diapers, what was I going to say? I'm going to stick as much nether quartz on it as I can, because I have so much nether quartz. Like, my nether quartz cup overfloweth. I just have shitloads of it. I mean, I have a lot more redstone, but that's because I intentionally mine redstone, and I don't intentionally mine nether quartz. If I mine quartz, it's an accident generally. So that there, the Menene rod and the cactus rod, that's the obsidian, I want that. That gives quite a nice looking, it's jagged and reinforced. 4 hearts of damage with a durability of almost 10,000. So, you know, I can stick another one on there, I can stick an emerald on there, and its durability goes to 15,000. It's got pretty decent attack, so what I'm thinking is if I stick an emerald on there, and other stuff. Anyway, I like the way this looks, so this gives it its main attack power and durability. This ups the durability, this adds maybe 200 durability to the thing as a whole, but gives it jagged, so as it gets more damaged it will do more damage. and this gives it a big durability boost, and it gives it the reinforced. So this is actually, I'm going to call this something, the Vorpal Blade. And I like that name. That's my first non-stupid name, or, you know, non-derpy name. Trees no more bee, you know. But I like that name, and it is actually a precursor to what the sword can do. So if anybody knows the Vorpal Blade, like if you know where that's from, then you have a rough idea of what this is going to do. Is that a floating Enderman? I think it is. It fucking is. I've been after one of these bastards. Yeah! Yeah! I'm going to smack you up, bitch. So, 10 damage a hit, and we haven't buffed it at all yet. That's not bad. So these Mystic Endermangs drop these special wands, which have special effects on them. Like, I picked up one which turned stone and netherrack into ore, which was pretty damn cool. This mining fatigue is going to stay forever, isn't it? Oh, maybe it's because of the sword. It is. So this sword actually says that it moves slower, so you attack less often. So I now have 2 diametrically opposed weapons. Yeah, diametrically fucking opposed. Get the balls on this guy. Get the balls. Get the literary references on this guy. In fact, the name of the sword is actually a literary reference, and I can't find an enemy to show you what it does. There's something. What is that? That's a Firelander. That's not going to do. Did you just die? Did that? It just died. That slime just died of boredom. Maybe it was critiquing my episode, saying it was going on too long. Meh, fuck you, slime. Although, to be fair, he is right. I mean, it's been, what, 40 minutes? I think so. So, you know what, I want to show you what this sword does. So, let me just go into church mode here. What do I want? I want an egg. A mob spawn egg. What won't burn during the daylight? Where are the mob spawn eggs gone? Balls to ya. I'll just go into creative mode and spawn eggs. And let's spawn a Zurumbi. So, we spawn a Zurumbi, and then we kill it with the Vorpal Blade. And anything? No, I think it just gave rotten flesh. Well, if you don't know what the Vorpal Blade means, then you're going to be very confused as to why I'm in creative spawning enemies. There we go. The Vorpal... Oh, shit, yep. The Vorpal Blade has a relatively high chance of a mob dropping a head when you kill it. And for those who don't know, the Vorpal Blade goes... the Vorpal Blade went snicker snack, and then with his head went galumphing back. It's from the old Jabberwocky poem. I particularly like that poem. So, let's see, they're not mine, yeah. So I really enjoy that poem, and I like the literary reference. It's not all dick and bum jokes around here. I mean, it mainly is, but, you know. So yes, we now have ourselves a super awesome heavy hitting sword that moves slower. I like how they actually made it move slower by giving a permanent mining fatigue 3. And then we have the super fast sword. Oh, I'm Speedy Gonzales mouse sword, which is going to penetrate everybody and just rape them. I guess that's why they call it a rapier. Oh, damn it, I thought I could make it this episode without making that joke. Ah, oh, fuck. Well, you know what, guys? This has been the claustrophobic episode. So, no, agoraphobic episode. Let me get it right. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I am going to see how quickly I can rape an entire bushel of dragons. Dragon. Dragon. Hang on, let me do my dragon call. No? No dragon? No dragons? No? Oh, I think I found the anti-mating call. Anyway, I'm going to end this episode here. So, come back next episode. I will have my new Tinker's Construct setups over there. I'll show you what I'll be rocking then. And I'm going to pimp out my weapons a little bit. And I might play around with some other stuff. I'm going to try not to build anything new off camera because it is just so cool to see it being built. But, you know, obviously you don't want to watch me spending an entire 45-minute episode building a couple of tools. But we had some fun. At least I feel that way. Leave a comment if you had some fun. Because by the time this episode goes out, I will have forgotten. So literally just say we had some fun. Oh, no, I can't go yet. I have to use these. Right, these, I found one in a box and one dropped from a slime. So I need 4 aluminium. Aluminium. Is there anything in there? No, cool. So we can just go like this. Stick this in there, get the ingot cast out. So these, apparently, I think they're a Tinker's Construct thing because they go in here. And as far as I've been told, they buff your maximum health, which I have absolutely no clue about. So, oh, hiccup again. So let's see what we need here. We have the heart itself. We're getting that. We have a necrotic bone left and a jeweled apple. 4 diamonds and an apple. Fuck a duck. Remember to ask permission first. Ducks are a little bit of they're quite bastardy when you just go up to them and start buggering them. Remember, always ask before buggering wildlife. The more you know. Ha! That's a joke that a lot of Americans will probably get, but not many British viewers would. So my inventory is just cluttered with shit right now, but I have to see what this actually does, and I promised myself I would craft it for the first time on camera, and that's one of the reasons I'm always so excited to record, and I start with huge energy because I leave a lot of awesome stuff in the back of my mind, in the back of my base, not touching it until I can do it on camera for like the first time. So, yes, this is the first time I've ever seen this. So, heart canister, permanent health increase. Awesome. So, I'm guessing that means we'll drop it when we die, which is a dick move. So, did we gain any extra health? Is that where it goes? Accessory, so maybe it goes in one of these. Oh yeah, look, down the bottom. Maximum health. We got an extra heart. And Seraph tells me, Seraph920, you guys remember him from the Void's Wrath and all that shit. He tells me these stack up to 10, effectively doubling your health bar. So that's cool. I wish there was something like a charm of keeping so that I didn't lose my knapsack and my heart canister every time I died. But, you know, there's only so much can be in one mod pack. Actually, that's a lie. Especially after the upgrade, the ID numbers now go up to in the millions if you need them to. But anyway, yes, I'm going to end this episode here like I was supposed to do like 5, 6, 7 minutes ago. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Come back next time to see some base renovations and hopefully a lot of dragon corpses. Peace out.